Welcome to another episode of the Butcher's Bible podcast. I'm Luke, and with me as ever is Anthony Navarro.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Been a bit of a chilled week. Not really much to note. How about yourself?
No, it's all really kicking off, between the shop being closed and selling all the stuff and getting all the bits lined up and everything tied off and, shutting down accounts and paying off accounts and everything as well,
It's pretty fairly smooth sailing.
Pretty smooth, I haven't got any wholesales, just uses a few farmers and a few bits and pieces, but nothing like crazy, no crazy amounts of money, because January, February, March is quite slow, so you only bring in what you need to, and then whatnot. But we're towards the end of March now, and it's just been pretty smooth sailing all the way through.
Yes, nice.
Yeah. Then plus, even if I didn't, and people are late with payments and whatnot for picking up the window displays and the whatever else, I'm not. But my farmers are really good like that, so they're quite patient because they've known me for such a long time, so they're very happy. But it hasn't been like that. It's just people like, yep, I'm doing it. I'm being there this time. Blah 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 blah. Bang 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 out the door. Thank you very much. Cash. Yeah. Bit of transfer here.
That's good. Have you managed to shift most equipment fairly well, quickly?
Yeah. So window display, fridge wise, tall boy or grab fridge, easy. Those are the essentials. Mincer, vacuum packer, sausage machine, racks. Those are basically the essentials, aren't they? Like a mincer and a sausage machine, and whatnot. But the only thing is trying to get rid of is sinks, then tabletops.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh, give us 50 quid for this, massive stainless steel table or whatever, and people are just like. I could just.
I'm allowing about 50 quid for it.
Yeah,
they're like 200 quid new. So what are they?
Well, yeah, I bought mine new. The big long one that I've got was 300 and something, or maybe 400 and something. But it was just it was just smooth sailing. But even then, I'm just all right, well, even if people don't take it, I can just go into some of the takeaway stores and be like, do you guys want these tables for 50 quid or something?
Yeah,
or sinks or something, dual sinks, big deep dual sinks. To fit in,
don't get snapped up. Put them in an auction if you could. That's where I bought one of mine from. I didn't buy it.
Yeah, of course.
That's where I sourced it from.
I was looking up the used catering warehouse that we got. It's called the catering warehouse here in Dorset, and they take all used stuff and refurbish it and then resell it and everything as well. But no one seems to get my calls.
Yeah, it's
it's weird. Or emails. I've sent emails and I've called 10, maybe a dozen times, and it's just there's not even an answering machine on it. So I'm just all right, fuck this.
Fucking ringing out. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, it's good to get in places like that because it's just they may give you fucking pennies for it, but at least you get rid of.
Yeah, but that's really it. And then you got marinades and dry rubs,
half used, that sort of thing.
Yeah, quite difficult. But what I did was before I just cryovac it and then grab the sticker off of them and then put the stickers on. And so even if, summer's coming here, isn't it? So we're going to be barbecuing in that anyway because...
Fuck yeah. Use it at home.
I'll have weekends off. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can use them anyway, but it's just it's just what do? You can't just exactly go, oh, here's some marinades or whatever. And people just... not really interested as much as they are with sinks, I guess, in a way, which is quite funny. But people are real funny about racks as well. I have inside my just walk-in fridge, there's 16 different racks that I've got, and they've all been utilized for different bits, like chicken, pork, and the dry aging section I wanted to create and whatnot. It's people are just checking the racks, checking if there's rust and mold and whatever else, stripping them almost apart, and then almost nah. Then you just in part of the price of the walk-in fridge, I've incorporated that's how much the walk-in fridge, but then the racks I had to buy separate, didn't I? So that's the price. This is how much it cost me. I'm not fucking dicking around. This is what it costs. And people are just it was these are custom made for these fridges. So whatever fridge you're doing, it's custom made for these fridges, so they're brand new. They're only 2 years old, and people are still like, eh. I'm like, what are you going to do? Drill in through like the actual, drill like and put shelves in or something? Like, it doesn't make any sense. That seems like more hard work than it is, isn't it? But
No.
But yeah.
I think people just like, much like tire kickers when you're buying a car, you just get fucking time wasters. No matter what you're selling, you're going to get time wasters.
Well, those people came and picked up the fridge, and I'm like, are you taking the racks with you? Because these are X amount, and, they're custom made to it. And you're just like, it's really, that's the least of my problems. But the van, I lost the clutch in my van.
Yeah.
Because I was moving, a few bits and pieces. Plus, she's like 60s model or whatever it is. In the UK, so what, 2010 or something, 2011? 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
You know more than me.
But that's as far as I know. But so the clutch went nat as I was pulling around. A friend of mine was dropping off one of the lads who helped me lift up bits and pieces to put into some storage and do whatever else. And we literally were like 500 meters, and the clutch just wouldn't shift out of second gear. And I was like, oh my God. And then the clutches, because it's fucked, you can go up and down, but it's not pumping or getting into anything.
Yeah, it's like super sloppy.
Yeah, and just wouldn't shift. And so like every time I kept going, it just kept surging and going, and then I was like, okay, we're rolling very like on very flat road, going over speed bumps as well. And I'm like just hitting, and he goes, my house is just here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just got around, and where his house is like halfway up, and it's all double yellows on one side besides that one section. And I just got in there. I was like, oh,
nice.
And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? And then you couldn't move her at a second. And then I was just like, all right, call the AA. They're like, oh, there's delays up to 3-4 hours. And I was like, oh, can we just shift it till tomorrow morning? They're like, yeah, that should be better. And then, just got the text through at like whatever time it was, like 9:30 or something in the morning. And I was like, right, I'll be there.
How far from home?
Like literally 20 minutes.
Oh.
So his house to mine was 20 minutes. And so the wife dropped me off there. And it was just like, yeah. And the guy's like, oh yeah, it's like so the AA guy come in, and he's just like, all right, we can start it, but you got to like keep the clutch completely down to like get it. And he goes, and where the garage is 20 minutes. So it's like around the corner from my house. So I drove, he goes, if you're confident enough to drive this all the way to the garage.
Second gear.
Yeah, in second gear. And
it was like,
yeah, of course. And then part of that bit as well, where I need to go, is got part of a dual carriageway. Because if you go through all the back roads and everything, it just doesn't, it takes like, 30 minutes or something. So I was like, let's go on the dual carriageway and just get it done. So I'm just like, on the Julie in the slow lane going,
that's so fucking mad.
No, but I'm just like, the car's fucked anyway. And so we came off, went in, and then the boys at the shop pulled it apart. They're like, yeah, man, your clutch is it's fucked. And I was like, all right.
Fried.
Yeah, absolutely fried. And then got a call today, and they're like, yeah, it's going to cost you about 2,200. And I was just like,
just to do the clutch?
Yeah. And they found a few other bits and pieces. Even though last week it went into an MOT and they slapped it on the bonnet, we're like, yep, this is a good piece of machinery. And I was like, sweet as.
Yeah.
And then the weekend come rolling around, goodbye clutch and whatever else. And I was like, now I've been car shopping, just been car shopping the whole day.
Anything in particular you're going to get, or just your general commuter, you think?
Maybe I got to get a family car. I got to get like a nice runaround family car,
Yeah.
And so I don't know. There's heaps of stuff out there at the moment, but you just kind of get lost after a while. You're like, oh, this is my price range, and then if you go like a bit higher, you get like a younger model, and then you're kind of like, oh, okay, and then you're kind of circulating in that way. You're kind of like, oh, this like Polo's really good, or this like BMW's like younger, but it's like £1,000 more, and then you're like stuck on that other money bracket.
Well, there's always that sort of like a little bit more. You just got. Yeah. I'm always one for. I've always liked older cars. I've had when I was in my like early 20s. Me and a friend were always buying and selling MX-5s.
Oh, okay.
Just constantly, and I had probably one for maybe I don't know, 2 years, but I probably changed the car out every 3-4 months. You buy it, do it up, sell it. Buy it, do it up, sell it.
Yeah,
I think that was great fun because that's like a late 90s car that you could just chop and change, and everything was so accessible. But Yeah, 2.5 grand. You can't do that work yourself now, can you? In newer cars, it's wild.
No, but most of the new cars as well now don't even come with like a spare tire. They just come with like a 5 mile or whatever it is puncher kit kind of thing, and you're just like,
or an SOS button in the ceiling where you're like, help.
Yeah. No, exactly right. Yeah. So you're just like, the days of us when we were growing up in like the 90s and early 2000s driving and everything, like try to change a tire or gasket or spark plug or the bare minimum just in case you do break down. Like, it's all
everything's electric. Everything is electrically like assisted now, so you can't just do anything.
Yeah,
you need a few grand just to take you into the garage nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. But but even if you do use like a garage, and so if you buy a car from a garage and then you cover for like a year warranty, which covers you for like your MOT and everything as well, like at least after that it should be fairly okay if you haven't driven it like an absolute fuckwit.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even a bad driver. Like, I've been driving nearly over 15 years. I've been in one car crash and that was it. Like, I haven't had a parking fine. I haven't had like speeding tickets. I haven't had anything.
Nice, well done.
Yeah. One car crash, not bad.
I've been fucking razzing it everywhere. I'm like several speed tickets in.
But the thing is, in Australia, it's just like you're driving. You're just like, you're not racing to get from point A to point B. Like, you just
Southeast UK is the busiest place on earth. Wow. I go up to Scotland, Midlands, whatever, often, maybe like not often, like 2 or 3 times a year. And as soon as you come back, just within about an hour's range of the M25, everyone's in a fucking rush, delivering something, going somewhere, and it's such a culture shock. And
I can't deal with it. Like, I'm not a impatient driver or anything. I don't pull out in front of people. I'm not like an absolute cunt or anything, but it's just like
that's called indecent exposure, I think.
Oh yeah, true. Hang my butt cheeks at the window.
Yeah. Like, motherfucker, pull out in front of me in traffic.
Yeah. But it's just just don't drive like a fuckwit. And I know we're all busy, I know we've got things to do, we're doing all this and that, but it's just like you're not doing yourself any favors if you drive like an absolute dickhead, unless you're a person in a fucking caravan going 10, 20 miles under the speed limit as well. Or if you're a cyclist as well, fuck you, get off my road.
Yeah, there was a guy I was watching on Instagram. He's like, I think he's in Australia as well. He's like, we got some mammals. We got some mammals right here, and he said middle-aged men in lycra, mammals.
Oh God! Also, the accent was terrible, but I'll let you pass.
Australia, yeah. Whenever I try and do Australian, it automatically goes to New Zealand.
Yeah. They even use New Zealand.
New Zealand. Oh, bro. Fucking hell.
Sure, bro.
I'm not even going to do it anymore because I'll offend too many people. Hopefully not.
Yeah. So how about you? How was your week then?
Yeah, it was alright. It should be better than yours. I think mine's very much same old. Kind of just grafting. Bit of an issue with my car. I think the back brakes are rubbing, binding, so it's proper chomping away at the discs all the time.
Turn into a transformer.
Oh yeah.
Fucking pick me a winner while you're there as well.
Oh man, I was itching my nostril. I always forget the amount of times I'm like wiping my nose.
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube. I was like, oh fuck. Especially when I'm talking. Yeah. I'm always waiting until you're talking so I can do like, or like when I itching my face or whatever. Other people think that I'm just, bugging for me to sit still right here often.
Nice.
Yeah, my car it's just iffy. I bought new brake pads and new discs today, 170 quid. It's not too bad. So
it's not too bad.
Saw that on the weekends. Work is okay. It's very much same old, same clients, same cutting lists for the last month or so, which isn't always bad. At least I know what to expect.
Well, it's not bad at all.
Yeah. And I think we've got a bit of a quieter end of the week this week, so we'll get some cleaning done.
Yeah.
In the butchery, like in the corners, in the door frames, where just dirt where you can't get to all the time.
Yeah.
Pull stuff out, do a good day's cleaning and take a deep breath and start again for next week, I guess.
It's also the most annoying bit as well, because when you know you're super busy and then you go, I'm going to dedicate this Friday to getting those bits done. And you keep them consciously in your mind and you keep looking over to them in the corner. You're like, fucking see you.
I'm going to every day I walk in and I'm like, I'm going to pull this fucking table out. And it won't take 5 minutes to clean it, but you just don't get around to it because I'm sure some people are going to test that the work day just runs away with you, doesn't it? Sometimes
it does, and then it's like, well, if a mistake sets you back as well, and then it kind of sets back the rest of the week to come. Depends how big of a mistake or whatever issue it is. It does kind of set you back, and you kind of just fuck. Yeah. I'm never going to get around to that one piece of thing that's annoying you, and it always sits in the back of your head because of that OCD as well. It just sits right there in the back, and you're just like, oh, I can't even itch it.
Yeah. Every time you walk in and out of a door, you're looking in the door frame. It's like the little notches that your broom can't get to. You're like, I need to get in there with the steam cleaner or, whoever you don't like's toothbrush and just scrub it out.
Yep. 100%.
You just don't get to it because it's just one of those things. But yeah, hopefully we'll have half a day dedicated to cleaning, which is necessary. I've got boss man asking me what we've got on this week. And it's not like we're not absolutely razzing it, but sometimes you need that quieter few days to really just
assess the situation
and tidy your fucking mess that you've made over the last month. Things just get a bit greasy and they just need a bit of a wipe down.
Yeah. No,
it doesn't take long.
Have you ever thought about bringing in a third party cleaning kind of operators?
Yes and no. We've thought about employing a cleaner for I don't know, 6 hours a week, twice a week. Yeah. They only need to be in there for 3 hours a day, twice a week.
Yeah.
And it's just when our weeks are so up and down, as opposed to being really, really consistent. But it's a never say never, but it's just another cost. It's another cost. We're on fine margins anyway. We're in positive every week. We have been for a while. That's just another cost.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm managing that place to be in the green currently.
Good.
And as I said before, I'm not the one that holds the purse strings, but I'm the one who's in control of the butchery. The one who knows what's going on, what's coming in and out.
Yeah. You're the big balls.
Wow. You got me and Dan there. We do all the butchery, all the production, all the majority of the paperwork, and all the cleaning. And there comes a time where you may have to get another third-party cleaner in, but money, bro.
It is. At the end of the day, it always comes down to money and the fact
makes the world go round, doesn't it?
It does. It makes the flat earth flat.
It does. It fucking does.
Turns it squash to a penny.
Makes the flat earth flat. Oh,
right.
Before I forget,
yes,
I was listening to the radio today, and they had a section on where it was like, if you were at a festival, right, and you had a hot dog stand, what would be your sort of your chant, your call to get people in? A bit like a hot dogs, get your hot dogs. What would be yours?
Mine would be, if your name's Lizzie, come gobble my glizzy.
Oh, that's sick.
That's pretty good.
If someone can find Lizzie,
yeah, tell her to come gobble my glizzy.
So some of them were so good. One was like, hot doggies, come get your hot doggies. Okay. And another one was like, ask me about my wiener. So they were brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
What would your chant be then?
Oh, I don't know. I'll probably do like a rhetorical question, be like, did somebody ask for a hot dog? And start throwing sausages at people. It gets their attention at the very least, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. You would try and do like a play on words with like a dash-an or something. Come back, my dash-an.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got dash-ans? What is this? Hot dogs for sale. Oh, it's just in line.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Yeah, I'll take two. Or also, her name's Lizzie.
Like free hot dogs. and then you've got three in your hand.
Yeah,
no, I said 3. See what?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you're here. Buy one.
Yeah, I'll take some relish.
That asked me about my wiener was the best.
Yeah,
it really made me laugh. I was like, I have to tell Stan. I even wrote it down in the notes in my phone. Ask me about my wiener.
That's awesome.
You can find Lizzie. Tell her about my glizzy.
Yeah, if your name's Lizzie, come gobble my glizzy. Yeah, nice. Right, before we get stuck into this episode, just a bit of admin. First off, thank you to everyone that has been listening, and thank you for all the comments, all the DMs, all the likes, all the shares, everything as well. You guys are absolutely fucking smashing it. Yeah. We cannot be more proud of this community now than ever. You know, from all the guest ones that we've done, and to the mental health one as well that we did about Jared, we're still getting love from that as well. Like, you guys, thank you so much. Like, we're going to continue carrying on.
It's amazing, huh?
It is. It really is. Yeah. And everyone's just been so supportive about it, and you guys really deserve it. Give yourself a round of applause. You know, it's really good.
Yeah, it's not just for us. We're doing it for a laugh, for ourselves, but, you know, we're here to entertain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pass the time.
Pass the time in us very limited spare time as well. We're giving a free podcast in our very spare limited time. Yeah. But no, you know, we love this. I love catching up with you, and I love everyone who's been absolutely cheering us on the whole time. You know, we're only going to grow this, only going to grow bigger. You know, in this episode, we got some really good things coming up. You know, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be good. I'd like to bring back to the old Waz's Sauce Hut. Oh, Waz's Sauce Hut. With code BB15, you can get up to 50%. 15. I wish 50. 15% off your order at the checkout. And yeah, get amongst it. BB15.
Yeah, get your sauces. Summer's coming.
Get some sauces. Support the pod. Would appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Support the legend that supports us. You know, guys, get in amongst it. It's fucking brilliant.
Waz's Sauce Hut.
Also, if you're not following him as well, he does some really amazing content. You know, and Warren, he's just awesome. So you tag him in stuff. Send him memes as well. Fucking send him memes. He loves it.
Tag him in everything.
Spam him. Yeah, spam him with it all, guys. Follow him. Give him a like. You know, he's a legend. He's really cool. You know, and he's quite local as well. You know.
Yeah,
it's good.
Nice, man. Yeah. Thank you, Warren. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
appreciate everybody.
Appreciate it and love everyone. Yeah. What do you think? Should we give him the topics of the day?
I think so. We can start with old school versus new school.
Oh, yeah.
Old school.
Yes. I know this is just our opinions as well. So anyone who has any objections or whatever to it, these are our opinions. These are just fun topics for us to talk about, and I think these are actually fun in such a good way. You know, like Luke and I, have, you know, had to come from very different shops with very different people with very different outlooks and everything, and we've adapted and overcome. And a lot of people probably like, yeah, of course, you know, they understand who we are. And if you're a first time listener, go back to episode 1.
Yeah,
get them.
Also, if you have any objections or adverse opinions, let us know so I can ignore them.
Yeah, fucking block your ass.
Yeah. No, seriously, let us know.
Yeah, no.
I love it. I love hearing from everyone. You know, it's been great, especially in the recent week. It's just been popping off.
Yeah, the jokes, the videos that have been coming through, some of the memes as well have been really good, and also questions as well. Just lots and lots of questions. It's been great.
Yeah, select few people absolutely razzing the questions. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, we've been absolutely peppered with certain people's questions, like, you know, waking up and seeing the like shit ton of like messages and everything as well. You know, it's been really,
good, huh? Really That's to come though. That's to come. We won't spoil anything yet.
No, of course not. No, of course not. But yeah, so, old school versus new school.
Yeah, what comes to mind when you say old school butchery?
See, mine's like, when you think about it, old school butchery, is red and white. And then you got the plastic dividers. You got those very sugary marinades.
Those really shit plastic dividers.
Yeah, like
the red and green ones.
I don't know, but I was thinking about black ones, like because the ones I remember seeing in Australia and like other shops around here, they got like they're fake garnish like dividers, but then they're like part of like a black one as well. You know,
okay,
yeah. So that's what kind of comes to mind as well. And then also seeing what the old boy had for breakfast, you know, because he's such a big fella. You know, all the crumbs are on his belly.
Yeah.
But it is like, you know, like you still got those old school like shepherd's hats. I don't know what you call them. Like those shepherd's hats, and then they got like the tie. Some people have ties as well with that old school. And they just
about shepherd's hat. You're talking like a Peaky Blinders style.
Yeah, that one. Sorry, yeah,
like a pork pie hat or something. I don't know what
is that what they're called?
I've heard them be called that before. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong.
Or are they calling you a pork pie because you look like an idiot in the hat?
Pork pie twat. That's what they were calling me.
But no.
I remember them being called a pork pie hat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of comes to mind, like that whole bit, and like, you know, plastic everything. You know, like if something hasn't sold, like lamb shoulder or something, and they cryovac it and do whatever as well, like those kind of bits and pieces. And obviously, not shitting on it. This is just, you know, making a statement for the old school. And, you know, like we always say, there is no school like the old school, and there'll be no school if it wasn't for the old school.
Yeah, insightful.
Yes, exactly. And Dave Corbett is a huge part of that whole old school, but he is old school, but he's in that new school area where he's adapting and he's loving and talks to everyone. He's amazing.
He's really open to it, isn't he? Really open to it.
Oh, he loves butchery, full stop, that man.
Yeah.
They're like same with like so many other older fellows who, you know, are part of the butchery community as well. You know, they just flock to it, don't they? And they, you know, they're common in message and everything. But when you do think of that old school kind of style, there was no dry aging salt rock walls. Everything was in plastic and labeled, and all the glazes were basically 80% sugar and 10% salt, 10% flavor. You know,
are you talking about sort of I don't know, 70s, 80s, 90s?
Yeah,
that sort of era.
That kind of, but I'd say that era is raw. That era is really raw, where they kind of stacked everything on top, but then they knew that could sell. Like regardless, like there was no like diversity in like a window, really, was there? Like lamb chops had their section, boneless shoulders had their section. When I was kind of like everything was kind of stacked in that. Like I'm not particularly talking about that kind of array, but like, you know, when you get into like the early 2000s, where okay, lamb leg steaks had a tray, and then Barnsley chops had a tray. You know, that's kind of it. But around that was garnish, so they had the square trays, and then they were stacked on top of each other. And you know, and then they had the garnish around it, and then they had like a black divider where there'll be pork and pork leg steaks, pork roasts, and everything. But then they still had that plastic garnish hanging around it and everything, like that old schoolness. And then you had like the black and red, the red and white banisters and then everything as well, because then people drive by and be like, oh, there's a butcher's there, you know, and then there's a baker's where there's like a loaf of bread at the front, like of the like display, and that like they had that special indicator, didn't they, that was a butcher shop.
Hey Anne.
Yes, Luke.
Spring's coming, and our friends over at Was Sauce Hut are having an exclusive offer for all your cooking needs. When you use code BB15, that's BB15, and get 15% off all purchases.
From gift cards to family and single pack sauces, they range from Luke's favorite apple bourbon sauce to Anne's mango, all the way through to their award-winning Crack and Fury rum-infused hot sauce. Woo! Yeah. Start stacking your shelves and get ready for summer, and most importantly, save yourself some money with the code BB15. Now, let's get back to the podcast. Yeah, I just think my whole perception of like that whole old school is like a bit different, because they go from Australia to, you know, English, you know, those English ones are still out there, and same with the Australian ones as well, you know. But they're beautiful, those shops, you know, they hold that vintage, they hold that character. They're really they're really good fun, and it's nice to see that the butchery is so diverse in such a different way.
Yeah. It's very similar in the UK as well. You got back in the day, your plastic dividers, your green and red fake parsley dividers.
That's what I was talking about. There's garnish. There's garnish dividers.
And a style of butchery which isn't too dissimilar to today. It just lacks the finesse, I think, that's necessary today to sell stuff.
Yeah. There's when you go to a higher end butcher's, it's got like a crispness to it, isn't it? Like window display. Window display is like garnished up. It's got rosemary. It's got fresh herbs. It's got like kale, like loaded up with kale and parsley and everything as well in between all the divided, like all the sections. And wood as well. Wood is a big factor.
Presented very, very, very well. Yeah. I mean, like wood and like chopping boards type thing.
Yeah, so people use wood as a chopping board, and then they'll display them up and then prop them up on like egg cartons and other whatever else, and it's got like a crisp sharpness to it as well. And then people run with like a color scheme as well, and that's kind of, you can still get that color scheme, you can still get that finesse, you can still get all that with the old school, but like eye appeal is buy appeal, you say, and those are all words.
They are.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the old school butchers predate the supermarket takeover, so they were just kind of like, we are it. We can stack it high and watch it fly. I worked with a guy once who first started at like a pig wholesalers, and in the 70s probably, when he was 17, 18, and they just used to chop everything, like just use a chopper for absolutely everything.
Yeah,
lambs, pigs, chop it, lots of bits, stack it up. People will buy it.
Get it in, get it out.
Yeah. It really was much rather quantity over quality. I think now prices and expenses are so high, people are trying to get every last little fucking squeak of money out of the last gram of mince.
But that's the thing with the old school as well. Like the old school, you would scrape the bones. You would go through the bone bin and grab those old trotters for that dog just to get like a pound in and whatnot. Like that old school paved the way into showing more respect to the carcass and that pound as well. Like you got to show that respect to that money as well. Like you got to get as much out of it as possible and squeezing it. Even though times were tough then and they're tough now again, but we're still stuck in this cycle where butchers are always on thin ice.
Yeah, it was a bit edgier back then, wasn't it? Scraping up some sawdust off the floor and using that to fill up your sausages. They're the stories that I've heard. I've never actually heard from somebody who actually did it.
See, that's a question for the people.
Have you actually heard of all the horror stories you hear of butchers picking up meaty sawdust off the floor and chucking it in your sausages, as a rusk, as a binder?
As a binder, yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone has stories like that, chuck them in, man.
Is that genuinely true, or is it just folklore that propaganda that people have chucked out there for whatever reason, you think?
Be very interesting to see.
Yeah, because I've heard so many stories, but I've never actually had an eyewitness sort of...
An eyewitness account on the ground, boots on the ground person, yeah.
Yeah, this is Luke here, I'm with...
Why are you holding a microphone? You got a microphone in front of you.
I'm here with Alan. He was born in the 1940s. He's been a butcher for 30,000 years. He himself has put a small child into the mince.
Oh my God. Timmy went missing on the 9th of July. It was on the back of the milk cart. Now found minced. In breaking news.
Yeah, it's just I've never heard or seen anyone actually go, yeah, I did that, or I know someone who did. So it'd be interesting if anybody knows, let us know. But just our podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hit us up in the DMs with that one if you have heard of anything or anything grim of that sort.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Some real fucking horror stories that makes you never want to work in that place ever again.
Hit us up.
That video. Yeah. Oh gosh, dodgy. But I mean, it's different to New School. New School, I can't really define New School. New School is just what it is today, is it not? More
shiny,
slick.
Yeah. It's got that crispness, like I think I described earlier. It's got that like real fine crispness that's got like that color scheming and you got your barbecue section, and then you've got your like special section, and then you've got your roast section, and your like other bits and pieces. It's got like a real crispness around it.
Yeah. I think it's gone from being sort of your overweight butcher shop on the high street to a more artistic sort of craft thing. Is now coined as a craft, artisan, labor job, whatever you want to call it.
Essential. We're essential workers.
I say we're essential workers.
Yeah.
Essential workers.
Yeah.
Gosh. And
back down in the pecking order to us, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can clap for you. Ant, if you really want.
You can clap back, baby.
I can clap for you. This is for you. This is for you.
Thank you. I'll get the pots and pans out for you next time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Start banging them in the backyard, dude. Fucking hell, what a great waste of time that was.
Hey, it was morale building for the largely unwashed. Anyway, yeah, a new Skool is shiny, slick, crisp, just calculated, much more calculated than it was, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shops are looking much cleaner and crisper and more boutique. Yeah, to coin a phrase that Raoul said, he was using the word boutique quite a lot.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. And it was just one of them things. It was very, very good.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, that's a good summary of New Skool, definitely. And also like marinates, customer service is different. People's allergens are different as well. Knowledge is a huge
knowledge.
Knowledge.
Educate. We educate rather than just shoving it in their face.
Yeah, no, definitely. But it, depends what kind of butcher they were. If they were an old school one where they would pass down from generation to generation and only heard what was on the block talk, almost like to a degree. But now there's a whole section in the butchery when it comes to like education now. It's completely changed and it's flipped. And the education is like, I would say is like a good summary of like 70% of it, because you need to be able to talk, you need to be able to educate as well as find that knowledge and pass that knowledge on to a degree. And I think that's the most important bit, because you can cut meat. Yes, cutting the meat's the easy bit. Talking to the customer is, but if someone who's got an issue or an allergy issue or some sort, that's what really separates shops. That's what separates people now from the guy down the road. It's all about that education and everything. You might be a bit bland as a person, but if you had an issue and that person knows what that issue is and how to address it, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, that person's going to come back and talk to you and say, that worked and I appreciate it. What else can you recommend or do or say, or what else can you tell me about,
Yeah. I think also old school is much more localized. We have such a plethora of knowledge, and knowledge is so accessible now due to Instagram, the internet in general, It was very localized to your area. You cut very localized to what people wanted in your area. Now, a lot of stuff is the same across the whole entire world, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing similar cuts, but the quality is going up and up and up at the moment, I think.
Sure. Yeah. The welfare of the animals have been taken care of to a high degree, and there is more education. There's more technology behind, like you were saying. But like with the dairy industry, for instance, the dairy industry is now in the green zone with like their emission gases and everything. Before it was like there was no technology where you needed 20 people to milk cows, but now you have these AI robots that now the cows go in, they get milked
when they want,
whenever they want, 24/7, whenever they please, as long as they're not chewing cud or like laying down doing nothing. they can go get milked anytime they want. And that was like I know this is a bit of a tangent, but there is that education where people are like, oh, the dairy industry is evil, but it's just like they never were. If cows were to not get milked, like because of the hormone levels, because they've been, introduced to, then they would never produce the milk. But but then the technology is now caught up. The cows are in a more comfortable state. They can produce, I don't know how many gallons a day one cow can do, but I'm not in that industry. But and then also when they're finished with them, they come back to the butchers, and then they learn what they're fed on. They know how they're treated. They know all this and that. But that's the whole bit just goes around in full circle, and the education and everything catching up with the technology, and arming yourself with that with that knowledge to help people be able to eat, put their mind at ease and eating again. We've said it a few times as well. Like being able to just talk to a person and educate and help get your point across, so that they can find comfort in believing into you again.
Yeah. I think back in the day as well, it was very much your meat and two veg type mentality, wasn't it?
Yeah, like topside or whatever was like $1 a kilo or something in those times, or pot roast as the English called it or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, just anything that you could slow cook. Just a big bit of meat, put it in the pot.
Yeah, put it in the pot, put it with stock. You keep the red wine for yourself, and you kick the kid.
It's funny, isn't it? I think, New School is, we ask guests questions, don't you? Where do you see butchery going?
Yeah, future,
yeah. It's going somewhere. It could be going somewhere quite cool, but I'm not entirely sure how much more progression there can be, because from back in the day, let's say 60s, 70s, there's been a huge progression in quality, traceability, and just openness in the industry. I think, of course, you're still going to get your gatekeepers. You're going to get people who don't want people to know this, that, whatever. But I'm not sure how much New School can get.
It's probably coming down to the next 10 years. There'll be a newer edition of the New School.
Uh-huh.
But then when does New School become old school? I would probably say in 50 years.
Or
that's what I would say. At our time now, I would say in 50 years, when we've reached our 60s and 70s, I'd say that's when our era becomes the old school. That's what I would say.
True. Yeah. Do you think there's going to be any new cuts?
I reckon just renames. Just renames of stuff. Silly new names, or there'll be. Oh, I'm really surprised that no egotistic bastard has named like a brisket after themselves or something. From now on, this brisket will be ever called the Luke, or something ridiculous.
True. Well, that was the theory behind the sirloin in the UK, is that the king liked it so much that he gave it a knighthood.
Yeah, and called it sirloin.
Yeah, I fucking love this. This is delicious.
Cook some more.
Yeah, can you imagine all these people like in line to get a knighthood, and he gives it to a bit of fucking meat?
I would. If you love that cut so much, fucking hell, do it.
Oh, yeah. Why not? How many more subprimals can we make out of a body of beef? Because you're getting down to the nitty gritty now.
Yeah, it may be like when they started cloning animals, and then eventually, like when the clones are out in the paddocks or whatever, and then they start producing, and then they get like that super sperm or whatever it is, and there's like a mutant cross contamination.
One of those 6-legged lambs that we're always after.
Yeah. But
Easter's rolling around. Get one of those fucking freaks out of the freezer. Crazy.
Yeah, they must be the Welsh ones, because we all know what happens there. But maybe, I don't know, maybe in 50 years when we're on the cusp of retiring, then they bring out this new type of beast, some type of beef or something, and they've got like an extra muscle or three, that's been attached to where the rump and loin is, perhaps, because there's a bit of room there, and especially in between the ribs. That's why I think they might develop a new bone, and then that bone might carry on like a different sort of fillet, perhaps, or
that quick. Or would you think that takes millennia through evolution and stuff, or it would be human done? Do you think?
100% human done. We've fucked everything up. Why not just keep fucking up with the food chain?
Yeah. Just start punching cows until they grow different.
Don't you start adding like
soften this bit?
Yeah, soften this bit. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe like nuclear waste and start like grabbing the stuff from Chernobyl, bringing all that over, and then fucking poisoning the land even more. And then mutation will start that happen.
That's the best idea you've had. That is.
Thanks. It took a dozen episodes to get my point across on that one.
Oh yeah. Let's just nuclear mutate everything, shall we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would think so.
That would be in the food chain and be in the food chain forever.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I could be wrong. New school could change again. Like we had with Johnny Farrell in our conversation. You need the people like the Brett Laws to come out with the new and inventive things and just wild and wacky, great ideas. There's that new school side as well. That's like, it's just, it's still untapped. There is like still on the artisan type and that flavor combination, presentation, there's those people, and there's still like an untapped version of that still coming out, I would say. And it's forever being pushed. The boundaries are forever. The bar has been set, and it's just being pushed.
Yeah, which I think is great.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely, I love it, and it gets you fired up as well. And when you're like, oh, how come I didn't think of that? Oh, okay, and kind of gets you back to the drawing board. And because we are covering the WBC as well during this. This is going to be really interesting, because Team Canada just started training as well, which is great.
Yes, they did. The first training session down. They're on the move.
They're on the move. So it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. Be nice to see what Iceland's doing as well.
Yeah. Is there an official teams list yet of who's entered? Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's on the WBC website.
Most people have. I haven't looked in the last few days. Most people have sort of entered, if you will.
Yeah, I know that the entries for Team GB now is. I think they're coming. They've been closed, but they're starting to draw out people, I'm sure now.
I think they are. I haven't heard anything yet.
Oh yeah, you entered, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, we'll see. I'm holding out. Yeah, I'm here for the ride. Why not?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I think you'll do all right, mate. Honestly, I think you do really well.
Yeah. We said it in a previous episode.
Even if you didn't cry, even if you didn't do it, you can cry, and I'll hold you. But we can do it
I'll be there. I'm going to Paris anyway.
Yeah,
whether I'm in it, whether I'm doing it or not.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll do a live. We'll have the headphones on.
Yeah. Might as well try and be an insider.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's going to be good. We're really, really, really fired up. That's a new right there as well. WBC is a good balance between old school versus new school.
True.
That there is just the perfect balance, because you got the boys and girls wearing the uniform. There is that old school element still attached to it. But then they're bringing in that new school, showing different types of flavor combinations, like displays, new inventive ideas, sausage ideas. Everything is just covered in the 3.5 hours that they do. So that is the perfect summary of old school versus new school.
It's true. You got so many age range as well. Some of the age ranges are really quite amazing. To have that huge mix of people in one room.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, especially the young butchers and the apprentice butchers as well. And when they go solo or head to head as well, it's just it's going to be amazing to see what they pull off next year in France.
Really should be very, very cool. I'm intrigued, but I'll let you know, or you guys know as soon as I do. Know anything. email, whatever.
I wonder if you have to keep it a secret then, because they might.
Make me sign a disclaimer of some description, an NDA or whatever.
Maybe, I don't know. Well, I've never been selected for it and haven't even tried out, to be honest. But they'd probably be like, I don't know if they probably send you an email or something, I'm sure, and they'll be like, keep this on hush because they're going to do like a big team.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm intrigued to see if it's just like a yep, or there's going to be
big fat.
If there's going to be a cut, and then there's going to be a show you what you're worth, what you can do, and then a team choosing. Yeah,
maybe. It also. France isn't that far for us as well, so money is not quite an issue on the travel.
Yeah, true. Yeah, a couple of teams are having to set up
a GoFundMe.
GoFundMes, yeah. Canada has. We'll talk about that in a bit, I think, as well. But yeah, they put a GoFundMe out, find their page.
Also, a new team has entered as well, but I'm not sure who's done it. Like we just don't know any butchers, but they're South Africa. There's a new team.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting because they're well up for it, the South Africans.
But I don't even think I know any South African butchers. I don't even think I have any, to be honest.
No. Not on any social media. No. I know some South African guys around where I am. Excuse me.
Yeah, but like we're talking in that way. We're talking in their kind of
national.
Yeah, of course. That's sad.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Interesting to see.
If not, and you do know people, fucking pass them on to this, and then get them involved over on their end. Get them to listen to this as well.
Yeah, love to have a chat with them as well.
Yeah, that's it. Love to get a South African on and see what the whole butchery is on over there as well, because it's a different. Yet again, it's another different style. What are they? New school, old school?
Very true. Very true.
Who are we talking about? What we got? It'll be interesting. Good chat.
Yeah. I quite like the mix in your generic shop of old school, new school, because you always get the old boy or boys or girls teaching the young whippersnappers, thinking they know everything. The old whippersnappers. The yobs. Just teaching the yobs what to do.
Yeah.
And that's when they take on old school, much like myself. I took on old school knowledge and took it into new school shops and facilities. Worked with then slightly younger people, and then worked with people my own age, and kind of trying to create something that's as good as both, I guess. Yeah,
but
I did learning from old guys.
The old boys are funny. The old boys they always just have a little nugget of truth or that little nugget of like just inspiration or something, and they always drop it at like the most ridiculous time, you know.
Yeah, the most
sayings that they have as well.
Yeah, the most underhand, outrageous things that they say you hold on for years after.
You pass that down the line,
yeah. Yeah, that motherfucker was right. Fucking hell. It's like he's been around for a while, you know?
Yeah. And also, some of those boys could bone out beef or pork or lamb faster than any fucking one of us.
Yeah, and it looks smooth as
butter.
Silky, yeah. Silky. I once worked for the guy, and he was like, you know the song Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick?
Yes.
He was like, I can burn out a hindquarter for as long as that song's on. I think it's like 3.5 minutes he can burn out. He used to say he could burn out a hindquarter or break down a top bit. I'm not entirely sure. Can't remember.
Okay.
But every time that song came on, he was like, I can break down a hindquarter faster than this song plays.
All right, Jerry, get it to it.
Yeah. I was like, cool. Are you ever going to show me? He's all up again.
You young boys. You young boys will never understand the speed of this.
Yeah. It's like one of those guys in the gym where they used to be like, they come up to you and they're like, I used to be able to bench 245. That sort of thing. You know, or they come up to you and be like, don't get old. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Like, one of those guys.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, all right. I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah. As he goes to his nap. Like I said before, like the old guy that I used to work with, as he goes for his nap at lunchtime.
I love an afternoon nap.
Goes for a swift half and then it has a nap.
Yeah, eat lunch, go for a nap, and fucking back to it. Have a cup of tea or coffee, and set you up for the rest of the day.
Where's the harm in that?
There's no harm in that. That's the best thing. I've done that a few times at my shop. Gone in hungover, like.
Yeah, we had it. We said this already, didn't we? Hangover stories. Send us your hangover stories. Come on. We only had one. We only had one or two. We want a few, so
we need to build a criteria around it so we can do an episode around it. Because we keep getting sent random bits and pieces, and then we can't like add those in because they don't make any sense. Because you need to kind of build stuff around it. Yeah, but send in your shit like that because we're building other content on that, but it need more stories around those lines. You know.
Yeah, we've got some great questions. I want to say this now, Rick. I'll start remember. We'll do a questions episode soon, I think.
Yes, yeah, we'll do it.
So we're getting some great ones through, and I think we actually keep on forgetting to talk about the questions. We've done one or two episodes with the Q&A at the end.
Yeah,
but we keep on forgetting, so they're just building up. So I think an episode is definitely worth an episode soon, which would be
we probably sit here for like 4 hours, get 4 episodes out of it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Give the people what they want. They're asking the questions, are they not?
Yeah, that's true. That's it. We can do that. But yeah, I think that summarizes old school, new school. That's just our opinions. If there's anything that, that you want to add to it, like, by all means, fucking throw them at us.
Oh, yeah.
Give us your opinion on it. It's not going to hurt our feelings because, frankly, we don't give a fuck.
Very, very true. Oh, man. Okay. Actually, you know what?
Alrighty, guys. Now we've been sent through some videos from some fans and also our producer, Special K. So we're going to have a look at these right now. So bear with us.
This is going to be good.
It's just baby squirrel.
Oh.
We got a birth party, guys. Listen to the skin, relax. Jet, that's already corner. How you doing?
It's not edible. That can't be edible.
Yeah.
He's saying it's just the skin. Relax. That can't be edible at all.
That's that.
I'll tell you what. I've seen some badly cooked turkeys in my lifetime, but that's one of them, isn't it?
That takes the cake on that, man. That thing was cremated. I mean, it's just on the outside. It's the skin is right.
Yeah, it's a nice medium rare in the middle.
Yeah. Hitting an easy fucking 50 degrees, 55.
Christ.
Wow.
It must have been. I don't know anything that gets deep fried that goes that black and crispy. Does it?
Well, that's an American style, isn't it? So that's like that Thanksgiving where they have a big pot and they boil they have that oil and they deep fry it.
Mm-hmm.
But the fails that come with those are just hilarious. But that is just...
It's like the ones where they just drop the turkey in too fast. All the oil spills out and just catches fire and it just fucking...
Yeah, their houses are on fire or the barbecue's just lit in the grass.
Yeah.
As well. That's all it's like.
Throw it towards the house. What are you doing?
Oh, could you imagine? You spend like what, $100, $150 or whatever on a turkey, and then it turns out like that. It'd be
delicious.
Delicious. It is delicious. It's scrumptious.
Okay, what we got?
Let's have a look at the other one. Barbecue fails.
Yeah.
Is the Instagram as well, guys? If you would have seen that. Let's actually follow that page. That'd be funny. Yeah. Let's keep that.
Yeah.
Let's keep that going.
Hashtag Grease Fire Central.
Oh, yeah, 100%. All right. Next one as well. Let's have a look. Season it. Yep. Good to season it up.
Nice. Okay.
Nice and scenic as well.
It's gone.
I nearly got just that.
Fucking despair on his face.
Imagine I got the perfect location for this.
I know.
And I got the perfect location. Very scenic. It's out of the way. And we're going to get this done.
We carried that for about 4 hours into the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like guys around there like, I know a spot.
I got you. Don't worry. This is going to be good. But then his face as well. It's just like, oh.
Nothing left. It's gone the way
as well.
Way of the turkey. It's got to be some kind of lamb, goat.
Yeah.
It's upside down, isn't it?
Yeah, and the head on it as well. It's kind of really stripped back. So that's why I'm like, that's going to be like a really fatty goat or...
That poor thing. God. Thank you for the service, dear lamb / goat, whatever you are.
Amen, brother. Amen.
We salute you.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry that happened to you. God, that farm would have been hot. He's literally making charcoal, like biochar, out of that. Like lump charcoal.
But then, because he put a metal drum over the top, like, how did that catch alight?
It must have just been way too hot. Because you can cook with where they dig pits, they cover it over with rocks or leaves or whatever, and it's on a kind of like embers, but not a full roaring fire.
God.
Madness.
You spend, I don't know how much money on that as well, and then you end up just like...
I know.
Well, at least we know it's going to be rare in the middle, perhaps.
Yeah. It's just the skin. It's just the skin. Love it.
Oh, fuck.
That was a good one. This is liked by Keith at the bottom there. Brilliant. Thanks, Keith.
Thanks, Keith. Special K. Shout out to him. All right. Okay, so here's another one we've been sent through as well. Barbecue fails. The Prodigy as well. Fire starter song. All right, let's have a look.
I'm a fire starter. Truck was a big fire starter. I'm a fire starter. Twisted fire starter. I'm a fire starter. Truck was a big fire starter.
That's a good sear, that, isn't it? You just turn it off. Turn it off. Sorry.
Shut the lid. Just shut the lid and just shut the lid, walk away and just call defeat.
Yeah, call the fire department and leave the country.
4th of July is ruined.
Yeah. This has got to be in America, isn't it?
It has to be, man.
Do you think? Or are we just doing a large generalization now? I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But
I've had my fair share of troubles and barbecues in the past.
Yeah, of course. But I think that would have set up in flames because that's neglect on the barbecue owner for not cleaning their grill and that. So whatever they cooked last, obviously accumulate. They didn't clean it and just go, oh yeah, we just got friends and family over, blah, blah, blah. Just, that's it. Done.
It's very true. It's gas. It's gas, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a gas cooker. Yeah, of course. All right.
Good.
Let's have a look.
Madness. I'd be livid. That's my barbecue and someone just was absolutely razzing it with that. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Great song to go with it as well.
Yeah, yeah, classic. Absolute classic.
Here's one more. All right, let's have a look.
Oh, wow.
That's a photo, yeah. So it's a coffin. It's got a bottle of Hennessy and they're grilling meat on it. So it's an open casket for the meat and there's a bottle of Henny on the side there.
Is this somebody's funeral or are they holding some kind of macabre funeral for the meat?
I don't know. But it looks good. I like the setup. It's grim.
Yeah, it's true.
But I guess you make it a bit...
What more do you need? You got your grill, you got a cooler, have all your drinks in.
But my main question is, did someone die? They go through the process of buying the coffin, and then they were just like, "Oh, we lived," and you're like, "Well, I just spent like $6,000 on this.
Yeah,
I'm just going to turn it into a barbecue, and then one side's going to hold my Hennessy." Why not?
That's very true. Is that not any, redneck American's dream?
True. Yeah. No. Adapt and improvise on that front. Like, honestly, this is ridiculous. I love it.
You'd be all Bear Grylls over there. Adapt, improvise, and overcome.
Yeah, good.
Got a coffin made. I got a coffin barbecue, and I had to drink my own piss.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like that. Good improvisation.
Good one. It's a conversation starter, if anything, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you want to see my
Yeah,
grill?
yeah.
Oh, honey, just give him a tour of the house and then give him a grill later.
Yeah.
No, we're going to the grill now.
Yeah, different meaning to giving someone a grilling. And
like a glass of Hennessy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I love it. So we got a few questions through, and
nice.
we're gonna say 3 of them, but we're gonna run through as if they're really good, these 3, and I thought I would save 2 of them for Luke without telling him. So let's see how he gets on.
Brilliant. I love spontaneous questioning.
There we go. So first one is, what resources did you use on your journey?
My journey as an butcher.
Yeah. Like, what helped you on your journey?
So I think a lot of it is just asking questions. Be annoying. So if you've got a good friend or older colleague and they don't mind you talking, asking questions, just fucking probe them, figuratively, not physically, and just get all the information you can. And failing that, I was a big one for YouTube, mate. Yeah. Big one for YouTube. I was on it all the time. Yeah. That's how I've learned to break down kind of rudimentarily. Yeah.
Maybe rudimentals.
Yeah. To break down a 4/4 of beef before I truly knew how to. But just to get the knowledge there and to get the core aspects of it. And I think books. Got a few books that I managed to pick up along the way, some old school ones, and there's a lot of information out there, but now it's information overload, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the most powerful device is in your pocket now, so there is no excuse to not knowing subjects and everything, maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, we have 100%. Whether you follow myself or Ant, we're putting stuff out online.
Yeah.
Hundreds, thousands of people are putting stuff out online every single day.
Yeah.
So, go online, absorb it all, ask questions, and
reach out, be annoying.
That's it. Even people in your shop, ask them why, how, what they're doing.
Shadow.
That's literally a shadowing. If you're making mince in the corner of a shop, just, watch your fingers, but just look the other way and watch somebody breaking something down. That's
being a sponge. Yeah, just being a sponge. It's quite a good
100%. YouTube, there's a billion hours of butchery content on there. Oh. Go watch it as much as you can. That's kind of what I did.
Yeah.
There's not really much else about yourself. Similar.
Exactly. You couldn't, you hit the nail on the head. There's billions and billions of hours of bits. There's billions and billions of talks about agriculture, butchery, everything you could think of. Literally, it's just all there. There's a plethora of just information waiting to be tapped into. If not, and you don't find like sitting in front of a computer or your iPhone as much, go to a library. There's libraries everywhere still. Just go straight into the meat section and have a look there.
Yeah. Culinary books. There's loads.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Jump on Amazon.
Yeah. Also, watching cooking programs. I did that a lot because that was sort of like the finer details that I didn't know starting out in butchery of what the end product should be. So cookery books, cookery programs, anything from MasterChef to your Jamie Oliver sort of home cooking programs. Just get amongst it, I guess. Anything and everything. It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
So it's all good stuff, whether it's raw carcass breakdown or your final plating up of a dish.
Yeah, 100%.
I can absorb it all.
100%.
There's loads.
Yeah. There you go. But I'd agree 100%. So I'll move on to my second question. If you were president for a day, what would you do? This is also questions that have been sent through to us.
What would I do? I think I'd just go fly to as many countries as I could in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And just mess with their leaders, mess with the world leaders.
What, like keep handsome or steal their crowns or something?
Yeah. Be like, what are you going to do? I'm the freaking president of USA. Would it be the USA, would you say, or UK?
You would say you're a prime minister. If you're a prime minister.
I think the president of the USA, the United States of America, has more of sort of like something about it than the prime minister. The prime minister is very much
Prime Minister of the UK.
Yeah, stiff upper lip, isn't it? But if you say the president of America, like T-Dog, I won't say his name.
Yeah.
Big T. Yeah, he could do whatever, couldn't he?
Yeah.
And just come around pantsing people and being like, "What the fuck are you gonna do?" With your Secret Service following behind you, being
nice,
seeing you back up. Yeah, why not? Just go mess with some world leaders and.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, what would you do?
Yeah, mine's awesome. I would make every drug legal.
Oh, sick! Yes,
I would give a massive budget cut to all the farmers and all the butchers.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Vote for President Anthony Navarro.
2025.
2025 is coming.
So those three things I would say, those are good.
That'll get you into office, no doubt.
100%. If not, I'll do Prime Minister here in the UK. I'll settle for that. How's that? That's it.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, last one. Now, this one was sent to us by Tom Range, legend. This one's fuck, marry, kill, but with his three people that he chose for us. One is being Salt Bae, Jamie Oliver, and Gordon Ramsay. Go.
Oh, God. Are we going to get any backlash for this, do you reckon?
Who cares? What are they going to do?
Who cares? I think going straight off the dome as it comes out of my mouth.
Okay.
Who is it? Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay, and Salt Bae.
Yeah.
Okay. It would have to be. Kill Salt Bae.
Yeah.
She's just annoying, that whole avocado stuff and my heart, things like that. It's getting a bit old. I was entertained to start off with, but it's getting a bit old now. And the fact that he held the World Cup kind of annoyed me a little bit. That whole debacle. I'd marry Gordon Ramsay because he's the best cook out of all of them, and he seems like great fun.
Yeah.
And I'd have to fuck Jamie Oliver.
Jesus, because do you reckon he would be a bit of a wet blanket as a root?
I think so. I think I'd be very much in charge. I don't think Gordon Ramsay would very much be the dominant force in the bedroom. So I'd have to go for Jamie Oliver.
That shit shot me, little fucking 20 cunt. Fucking what? By the pillow.
And I'd be like, yes, chef. So yeah, that's me. Flip that.
Fuck, that's it.
Go on then.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks, Tom. That's brilliant. All right. In case anyone's wondering, that's exactly what I would do as well. So I thought Jamie,
Okay, right.
fucking massive wet blanket in the sack. I think you would just really just dominate him. I think, yeah, and then you just kill Sope because we don't need that fuckwit. Gordon Ramsay speaks for himself, legend. I'd fucking marry that cunt.
Yeah, right. And he's a fucking laugh in real life outside the kitchen. He is fucking jokes.
Also, I think if me and him were married, I think if I was like to be cooking, I'd make so many fucking mistakes just to have him yell at me.
Is that what you get off on? Is it
100%?
Gordon Ramsay, we love you.
Yeah, shout out, legend. We also got through so many jokes.
Oh yeah, we've got a few. I got a few sent to me to my own personal account, not even fake Doug.
Yeah,
which is great. You know, I don't know why that happened, but here we are.
But here we are. So the Chuck Norris jokes kind of started something, which is fun.
yeah, they're coming through thick and fast at times, aren't they? That's really good.
There's some fucking beauties in it. So first one is Chuck Norris makes onions cry.
Love that.
Yeah. Ghosts tell Chuck Norris stories at the campfire. Chuck Norris made a Happy Meal cry.
I love that one.
That's skip. Chuck Norris beat the sun in a staring contest.
The sun.
Chuck Norris doesn't breathe. He holds air hostage.
That was brilliant.
Chuck Norris does not get frostbite. Chuck Norris bites frost.
Very good. Frost giant. Chuck Norris out there.
Yeah. There is so many of these as well, which is absolutely great. You guys have absolutely smashed it.
So good. Holds air hostage.
Yeah, the air hostage one is good. I'll do this one as well because I didn't think this one was too bad. There has never been a hurricane named Chuck because it would have destroyed everything.
That's straight up. Yeah.
Facts.
That's straight facts.
Straight facts. Go on, tell us your ones.
What do you call a butcher with a degree?
What?
A meteorologist. Good. There's okay. That's the best.
That's it.
A woman walks into a butcher's shop and she asks, "How much for the pig head?" The butcher replies, "Ma'am, that's a mirror."
Oh.
That's pretty savage.
Savage.
Where else are we? Bum, bum, bum. I bet my butcher $1,000 that he couldn't reach the beef on the top shelf without using a ladder. He said the stakes were too high.
Sure can.
Yeah, and then the last one is, my uncle used to work in a butcher shop. He got fired for putting his dick in the sausage maker. To be fair, she got fired too. That was good. I think there's one more.
Was his name Phil?
A butcher goes to hospital. His wife asks the doctor how he's doing. The doc replied, "He's taking a turn for the worst." I think we'll leave it there, folks. Come back next time for some more stellar butchery jokes like that.
Thank you to everyone who said those in as well. Chuck Norris did the butchery ones. It's fabulous.
They're very, very good.
There is so many more Chuck Norris ones to get through. We just gotta, literally just gotta keep scrolling. Should get through it all.
Oh yeah,
And it's very good. Right. I think this has been an absolutely fantastic episode.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good to catch up with you, man. It's been a week that we've actually recorded.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, we chat most days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is content. We can't.
Yeah, we gotta write this down, or try and remember it. But then by the time like the late evening comes around when we start recording, it's just like, what the fuck were we laughing about?
I know. That's what it was today, wasn't it? But yeah, brilliant episode, man. Very, very fun.
Oh yeah, well, the reaction videos were pretty fucking gutting. The turkey was really.
Yeah, it's just the skin. The skin's black.
Nice around the middle.
Religious. I've never understood deep frying a turkey, but
I reckon it's going to be succulent. I reckon it'll be really nice. I bet
all the grease. Come on,
all the grease.
grease is gonna be greased.
It's going to be greasing, baby. Oh god, yeah. But also the guy with the lamb or the goat or whatever, and he set that barrel alight was just that was hilarious. Also, if you guys are only listening to it, go over to the YouTube and watch it. It's fun.
Yeah, we should have described what's going on, but
I guess it's a bit hard because you got the music and everything as well. But yeah, you get it. But yeah, no. Thank you to everyone for listening to this week's episode. This has just been fantastic. It's always nice to see you, Luke. Also, follow the Facebook page as well, the Butcher's Bible Fan Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just follow that. Give us a like. Post all your stuff in there, photos, whatever you're doing during the week or your days or whatever as well, man. Get that fired up. Get over to that community. Get it going as well. Because you guys are...
We lay posting stuff, just chatting firsthand with us. Instagram's a bit of a funny one because it's a bit sort of less of a hub. It's more like everyone doing their own little thing. I think that little just Bible.
Let's start the best community in the world using that one. How's that? Let's be a part of it.
I think it'd be good.
Yeah. It's nice. Yes. Tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your cousin and your cousin's lover's brother.
Say hi to your mum.
And I'll say hello to your mum later.
All us. All right, man. This has been fucking cool.
Yeah, man. All right. I love you. Thank you, everyone.
Love you too, man.
Take care. Love yous.
All right.